Hello. Spider. There. There'll be 3 hours of staring at random shit. How many beams do I have inside? So we have that silly little stick. Like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I can count. Six. I can count. How do you get up there anyway? That's the interesting question. Yeah, hello, welcome to Witness. Where at some point I'm gonna have a fried brain again. I'm gonna stare at solutions and not do them. Can't interact with anything here. Well, you look like a line puzzle there. No? Very loud waterfall. Yeah, go stand there. Alright, how the fuck do I get up there? Where's the actual path? How dumb am I being? Yeah, I was playing Split Fiction for the first time, by the way, the co-op game by the It Takes Two / A Way Out devs. I believe, Telltale Brothers? Pretty fun game, absolutely recommend it, although I have an interesting issue. Where the game doesn't close properly for me, it eats like half of my computer. Other than that, really, really fun. What's going on here? Dots are colorful. Okay, it's mirrored. We've established that it's mirrored. Timing I raised on a custom Odyssey, the person's gonna go up, guys gave up because they got lazy. Standard Odyssey experience. 24-hour stream today? We'll be lucky if we make it to free. By lucky I mean it's basically guaranteed. Alright, so that's that yellow dot. That's my blue dot. So it needs to be there, right? Yeah, so yellow is here if I walk here. So black is there, so if I move like that, that black's sorted. Where's my mate Frosty? I don't know. Frosty just literally died. And I use literally in the most hyperbolic way possible. He's actually done. He's a grey Mr. Beast with red text thumbnail done. How upsetting. My part is add so many extra rules. Fur maps deflation around 75 on Dark Dungeons. Were you doing a race or a torture? Torture method. feel like I'm going into somewhere that I really shouldn't be, but at the same time, it's funny. Okay. So, that's all the yellow dots. Oh, he's a genius. What did he even accomplish? It's another movie. Alright, so Steam screenshot. Keep ascending. Map 1 APOP 25 to 100 ouch. Map 2 Ravine alt rounds 20 to 100. 5% or 500% regen. All regen. Map 4 literally bloody puddles chimps reduce stats. Map 5 quad. Round 1 APOP. Oh.
Up there, you go around every hour and a half, time after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area. And you realize that in one glance, that what you're seeing is what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean, and look up at that great subcontinent of India, pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix, and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mideast, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before.
I think I'm sniping the
And
window
that
from here,
silence
boys.
contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's. Russell Schweikart, 1975.
That's quite a long audio log. Alright. Ah, 'cause it's not far enough yet. So we do need, in fact, to get the last beam. But now we can see it. I'm gonna run back down the mountain. Now I've actually seen what's happening. You can't tell me that that's not an environment puzzle. I literally see it. But where does it go? I think I do know where it goes. Some weird ass fucking cloud reflection, isn't it? Oh, yeah, we're close to the angle. Somewhere in this area. Oh, I see it. Got it. Puzzle master. Let's not attempt to do the shadow puzzle again. So I've gone like very far off course to get back to it. And then I'll see if I know how to do colors again. What do you got for here? Because I don't know what's going on with the town. Alright, so this looks very accurate. But then I have to figure out where this goes. Maybe I flipped it the wrong way around. Maybe that's the problem. So it'd be like what? 2 down staircase? That? Yeah. The tried and tested method. Come back tomorrow and solve it in seconds. Well, +1 beam, boys. Shoot through the tree hole. Yes, I did call it a tree hole. Come at me. There we go. 7 beams. And now the question is, does the game end before I can actually do all the puzzles or not? Also heading back to this audio one, so brace your ears. I'm not apologizing on behalf of the game for it. Is there something I'm not hearing? We're back. Alright, I'm back. Don't know what the dog's barking at. It's not that, right? How many ways is it to brute force this? Yeah, I only hear 2 noises. I don't know if anyone else hears anything, but I certainly do not hear more than 2 noises. And only one of them matches the thing. Like, I'd rather not brute force the puzzle, but at the same time, like... I don't know what to tell you. Their sounds are distinct, which makes me think it is like the little bird. It sounds like this to me. Like, it goes in that order, but obviously, like, backwards no. Upside down? Nope. I don't get it. I hear the bird. I clearly hear the bird. It's like, here, 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 here. Pretty sure I tried this already. You're absolutely going to need phone a friend. This puzzle is otherwise only being brute forced. I cannot get through it. I don't know what it wants from me. So back to colors. I still have my theory on this now, and it's getting dumber and dumber as time goes on. And I feel like this color glass is... Oh, my mouse laser's getting stuck. There we go. Splitting these is rough. that feels like that would work. Like, the rule in my head is these like will remove the color or something. I hope. I hope they're not just literally black boxes, because that would be very funny as well. But if I like fail highlighting, I can't figure out the rule for trial and error. So what did I learn from this? It's keeping colors separated. So what am I failing to learn from this? problem. It's all under the assumption that what I'm doing is even correct in the first place. And it very easily and very likely is not correct. Pinged on Discord. What's happening? No. Alright, so. That separates red. That's not helpful for us yet. Ow. Okay. You didn't time for that. So. We separate green instead. Magenta and red are kind of forced in together. Which is, not great. It's 3 colors together, assuming black color is a wild card. And another 3 together. From want to say that you can see the cogs turning in like my line movement, but really, that would be a lie. Nothing's really happening behind this head. Why are we having difficulty? What are we not seeing? That's the most important part here. What am I not getting? Oh, time to walk away again. Better luck next time. All the fucking noises. There was this fence, so what's this? Fence here too. But I don't know what I'm looking at for this. the stupid ass twigs again, is it? There isn't an angle that like sees what that could be, right? Surely not. Oh, you know what? Maybe this might be related. It all lines up suspiciously too well. But which one is it? ENGs have like an obvious start. Not asking for too much. Alright, well, I'm fairly certain that one of these is correct, but I don't know which. As far as this goes, I have no idea what this one wants from me. That one I'm not seeing the vision on, but this I see the vision, I just don't know which vision. There's a world out there where I could brute force this, but that might take a bit too long. 'Cause I never got the dot. Shit. Hmm. Guessing down there is probably just another, like, movie screenshot. It's blocking the dot. I think this would be it. It's too normal. Like this, this, or this. Just not sure. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what the hint for this is yet. Oh, time to leave this there as well. So we failed at colors, we failed at sound. We still don't know about the village. It's kind of skill issued. This is completed, but it can be completed in a lot of ways, and I don't understand why. Okay, but am I reading the lines? A lot of them. Too many of them, in fact. Or is this the hint? So that's wrong? Question mark. So high, low, mid, high. That resets that. Okay, well I have no idea what the fuck's going on here. They're clearly linked. I hear something, but it's hard to tell because my own head has just a permanent fucking ringing noise. I am one of the people that suffers from this. Like, I hear something. It's probably telling me what this is supposed to be, but I can't figure it out. The downsides of having permanent ringing in your ears. Like for it to walking into here after spending way too long trying to solve this and also getting walled. Wait, hang on a minute. So these are stars, so they do have to be in pairs, right? I'm not forgetting that rule, but there's 3, so there's a rule I'm not. The rule I don't know yet then. And the colors probably are trying to teach me that rule. But I'm not learning what it is. So this puzzle is currently impossible for my current skill level then. So no idea what's going on here yet. 2 audio logs here. Interesting. I didn't see those the first time around.
It is a great adventure to contemplate the universe beyond man, to contemplate what it would be like without man, as it was in a great part of its long history and as it is in a great majority of places. When this objective view is finally attained, and the mystery and majesty of matter are fully appreciated, to then turn the objective eye back on man, viewed as matter, to view life as part of this universal mystery of the greatest depth, is to sense an experience which is very rare and very exciting. It usually ends in laughter and a delight in the futility of trying to understand what this atom in the universe is. This thing, atoms with curiosity, that looks at itself and wonders why it wonders. Well, these scientific views end in awe and mystery, lost at the edge in uncertainty, but they appear to be so deep and so impressive that the theory that it is all arranged as a stage for God to watch man struggle for good and evil seems inadequate. Some will tell me that I have just described a religious experience. Very well, you may call it what you will. Then, in that language, I would say that the young man's religious experience is of such a kind that he finds the religion of his church inadequate to describe, to encompass that kind of experience. The God of the church isn't big enough. Richard Feynman, 1963.
I go to grab the other audio log.
Imagine if all the tumult of the body were to quiet down, along with all our busy thoughts about earth, sea, and air. If the very world should stop, and the mind cease thinking about itself, go beyond itself, and be quite still. If all the fantasies that appear in dreams and imagination should cease, and there be no speech, no sign. Imagine if all things that are perishable grew still. For if we listen, they are saying, we did not make ourselves. He made us who abides forever. Imagine then that they should say this and fall silent, listening to the very voice of him who made them, and not to that of his creation, so that we should hear not his word through the tongues of men, nor the voice of angels, nor the clouds' thunder, nor any symbol, but his very self, which in these things we love, and go beyond ourselves to attain a flash of that eternal wisdom which abides above all things. And imagine if that moment were to go on and on, leaving behind all other sights and sounds but this one vision, which ravishes and absorbs and fixes the beholder in joy, so that the rest of eternal life were like that moment of illumination which leaves us breathless. Would this not be what is bidden in Scripture? Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Augustine of Hippo, circa 400.
Not quite. Shape's there, but not quite. What are your thoughts about the intellectual topics discussed in these audio logs? Way above my pay grade, that's what they are. I get what it wants me to do. But unfortunately, I'm too stupid to do what it wants me to do. Hmm. If only it didn't have to be a closed loop for the shape. He did it. He figured it out. Well, let's just make the same pattern again. Let's immediately lose. I'm not going crazy. These dots look different. You know, I did the same. I'm in fact just going crazy. got there in the end. And now it gets worse. Keep drawing boxes until eventually it works. Alas, rotating it did not quite solve my problem. It does none of the shapes. One box, 2 men. It's valid, right? Yeah. somehow I don't think that works. If it's one, but not both. Hello! Welcome to Line Drawing Simulator. Well, yes, this Pac-Man's every dot. It does not Pac-Man in a way that sparks joy. That does, though. Did I see any BG6 update about the Rogue Legends and stuff? Unless as they've posted something like very recently about the next thing coming for update, what, 48? I played for update 47 stuff. Eventually got a win. It took like 2 separate nerfs to the game mode, but we got there in the end. Fucking Lunarius Elite Stage 2 onwards was such a unfair thing to fight. Like, horrific difficulty spike, just having to deal with that. It's a fun game mode. I'm more curious about what the changes will do to it with update 48, because they can't do anything that requires like language translations yet. But the game mode is in a much more playable spot for a casual like me, who apparently cannot play the game mode properly. Any TV gameplays? Plans for Zombies Fusion? The only tower defense I've played, really, has been Balloons. I guess I played a bit of Sanctum 1 and 2. But a bit really does do a lot of heavy lifting there, because I've not played much of it. Team Fortress 2? I've been playing quite a lot of Team Fortress 2 for possibly the last over a decade. Still as fun as it was back then. Outside of the 2016 to 2024 bot crisis. Which is now more or less dead. The bot crisis was hilarious in just how long it went on for, and then all of a sudden Valve, I guess, got a contractor to was like, fuck it. And they put in their Infinity Stones and their Infinity Gauntlet, and all of a sudden the bots had been snapped from existence. And suddenly there were no more bots. So, whoever the person is at Valve did it, thank you. Fucking thank you. Because as fun as it is playing on Uncletopia servers, there is without a shred of doubt they are a much harder experience for when you just want to fuck around. Can I do tighter snakes? Okay, so basically the shape has to be like this. Or like this. If there's like an extra block to it, where yes it would fit in, it's invalid. That's what we're trying to work with. So this would be invalid despite them fitting, because fitting is not the point. They must be perfect. I don't think there's a world where I can do something silly like that. Because I do also have to eat all the dots. I might be trying to, like, shove them together. In that case, it'd be like... that would be a valid shape. That would be a valid shape, but unfortunately, snaked myself. Literally did it again. The Mao. Yeah, as a rule, much like in the Baba Azure arc, be extremely careful with words and hints and suggestions. Ideally none at all, other than Pepe laughs in chat every time I get it wrong. A single word could be all it takes for me to solve a puzzle accidentally. And thankfully I do act fast enough that Twitch chat delay can't say I got it right, because by the time someone acknowledges that they did the right thing, despite me realizing it, I'll have already gone past it. Because I'm trying to solve all the puzzles myself. I know I can get to the top of the mountain now, because I do have 7 beams. I guess I might look up there, unless there's an actual game end part where I can't do the rest of the puzzles. If I go up there at 7 babe. Well, you'll find out if I can do it. Do I want all 11 lasers? Ideally, I would like to try and get all 11 lasers. Cause like, the desert one is like, almost done. The sound one I'm pretty sure is also almost done. The color one's nowhere near done, and this one I'm also certain is nowhere near done, but still. Like, I would consider the game will end if I go there before all lasers, and I wouldn't be able to continue. Much of a spoiler. In fact, I consider that a much appreciated warning, if that's what ends up happening. That won't work. Yeah, we did in fact play through the Pokemon series. It's all up on YouTube, because Twitch is about to destroy all of my VODs. Because Amazon apparently can't afford people using their website. And I consider myself somewhat lucky that it was only 600 hours I had to move over. But I assure you, the entirety of Pokemon, from Fire Red all the way up to Black White 2, has been preserved. It's all there. My YouTube channel finally got used for the first time in like 15 years. I know, right? Jeff Bezos is probably only like the second richest person in the world. How could he possibly be expected to be able to afford the running costs of Amazon's continued monopoly? You gotta think about the poor billionaires. What if they stop being a billionaire for a minute? Now, I feel like it's almost guaranteed at some point in this channel there will be a Nuzlocke of a Pokemon run, and it's going to be an absolute fucking disaster. But yeah, the only problem with some of the Pokemon VODs is that there are parts that are muted. Because for whatever reason, it just decided to mute. One of the mutes happened during Heart Gold at the Red fight. And not during the fight with the music. The silence. The silence up to Red triggered the mute. So either my commentary during that was so immaculate that it ended up sounding like music that gets copyright ID'd, or for whatever reason it just decided the silence at the top of that mountain was copyrightable. Don't understand how that happened. Driftville City in Black White 1 and 2 also triggers the ID. So the city portions of those got muted. I think there's a mute in Platinum as well. But I don't remember where. I think Fire Red may have been the only playthrough, maybe Emerald as well, that didn't get muted. At like some point during the playthrough. That's very much wrong. Have I tried Pokemon Brick, Bronze, and Roblox? I have not tried anything Roblox related. Alas. Yeah, if I was to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke on this channel, it probably would just start off with Fire Red because that would be the simplest game to learn. No complicated amount of decks. It's just the Gen 1 Pokemon with Gen 3 mechanics. That way, there's less failure points for me to make a mistake with. Not to say that there won't be a hilarious amount of mistakes, because there will be. But I could work with that. Pokemon itself shut it down. If only Nintendo wasn't extremely protective of its copyright. And speaking of Nintendo protecting its copyright, so I assume we're all well aware that Nintendo basically killed off Yuzu and Ryujinx, the Switch emulators. Another one got announced in preparation for the Switch 2, and Godspeed to those developers because you're gonna die. I don't know how many times people need to learn this lesson. Stop trying to emulate the current generation consoles. Wait 5 years. Work on it in the background. But don't release it. Nintendo's going to assassinate you. The only reason Stitcher for 3DS and Semu for Wii U got shut down is because it got collateraled with Yuzu. Because it was all the same dev team. But like, you're literally asking for God to materialize and smite you down if you try to emulate the fucking Switch. It's still brand new. It ain't game preservation. You ain't fooling anybody. It's blatantly piracy. That's the only reason anyone would emulate a Switch. Well, I say only. That's exaggerating. That's the vast majority of the reason someone would use a Switch emulator while it's still current. It's not like you can't... It's not like the situation where you can't buy, like, a Game Boy Advance or DS or 3DS without being scalped like fuck off eBay or whatever. You can literally walk into any shop and buy a Switch. So, it ain't for homebrew. There's probably one person that says, but actually. And while yes, you're correct, you're the minority. And it's not for preserving games. They're right there and playable still. So, the 5% use case is, you want your Switch games to run at actual high-resolution 60 FPS. Which is a fair argument. But it's not the argument most people that would use Switch or play a Switch game on emulator want. And I can tell you for a fact that I am in that camp that would be like, yeah, I'd use a Switch emulator literally just so I can play Pokemon on PC. If I could avoid buying the Switch and wasting like 300 plus quid to make it stream worthy, absolutely would. Without a doubt. Not even apologetic about that. It's the same reason why we didn't stream Gen 6 and 7 Pokemon after I finished Black White 2, because I couldn't get a 3DS emulation set up to work properly, because I'm not going out and getting a modded 3DS, or buying a 3DS, that works with a capture card. Ain't happening. I'm not bankrupting myself on that one. For something I play like once. Shit's expensive, yo, and I'm poor. I feel like I've talked enough shit now that I've absolutely destroyed my own train of thought of what I was doing here. Now I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I did enjoy the Pokemon run though. Like, Fire Red had its moments where I didn't know where the fuck Surf and Strength was and spent an entire stream looking for them, which was amusing. Definitely gonna go down as a what the fuck streamer moment. I remember what happened during Heart Gold. I think the Heart Gold run was literally just me getting fucked over by Gen 4 XP race and having to grind for a while. Emerald, I don't think I got walled. I think I spent like an hour or so trying to figure out where the fuck Team Magma shit was. That was about it. And Platinum, I think, was fine too. Yeah, I think it was just literally I got lost and didn't realize I had to actually search deep into the Safari Zone. And that was my skill issue. But the Fire Red playthrough did give us the 6 Pokeball Moltres catch, and that was funny. Oh yeah, like, the ROM hacking for Pokemon's, like, really cool. Not having to, require the entire fucking series to fill out a dex if you want to, or get everything from the up to Elite Four decks. Very nice. Version exclusives. Blech. Which is why the next time I play Platinum, I'll be playing with Platinum Quality of Life from Hack. Which, unexclusives the versions, and unexclusives the trade evolutions. And also makes Honey Trees not take 6 hours. Which is the biggest win ever, because that's the only reason we didn't see a Combi or a Munchlax in the entirety of the playthrough, because I was definitely not going to remember between the daily 3-hour streams to go back to a Honey Tree to go check it. Also change dates on the emulator? Yeah, that's what I could do, but I was too lazy to do it. Because it would require actually turning things off and back on again to change it. Because at least Melon DS, which is what I was playing the Gen 4 games on, doesn't let you change date and time. Did make the games look really good though, and they weren't like pixelated. I mean, the funny part about like the old Pokemon games at this point is like they're all like 100+ pounds, and you might not even be buying the real damn game anyway. You might be buying a ROM hack regardless. I'll keep bringing up the story I saw. Someone else trying to tell like they just wanted to play Pokemon Black 2 again, like in their childhood, so they bought it. It was like 100 pounds off eBay, and they boot it up, and it's fucking Blaze Black too. Imagine getting a Drayano hack, just getting jump scared by that. Certainly won't have the 4 Pokemon Elite Four though. They got that going for them. Although apparently there is a way to sort of tell if a Gen 5 cartridge is legit or not. Apparently, if you shine them up against the light, they have like a red tint. I mean, if the emulator was just like pre-packaged emulator with ROM inside it, I'm not surprised because that is quite literally distributing copyrighted content. There are plenty of emulators on mobile. They're just the emulator themselves because there's nothing against the law saying you can't have an emulator. But if it quite literally comes with games, that is very much piracy. Now, you can argue the ethics of it all you want for, like, games that are literally unobtainable at this point, legitimately, but still. Just because you can't get something doesn't make it legal to start distributing it yourself. And I feel like that's just common sense, but the internet these days doesn't like common sense. Hmm. Yeah, I've heard about pay to use emulators, and that is such a hilarious fucking scam. It's like, I would not be surprised if those emulators were built off the back of, like, open sourced ones. Like MGBA. Or VGBA for Game Boy Advanced. Or like fucking Dolphin for Wii and stuff. Promo piracy is the hook hand and peg leg. I would consider that a win personally rather than a problem. The biggest piracy's movies. That's because movies keep going back and forth between really accessible and really not. When Netflix was at its peak, before everyone else decided they wanted streaming service money, piracy had like cratered. Because it was really convenient. And now that convenience has turned into $10 times however many platforms everything's now been separated to. So now piracy went back up again. Because turns out people don't want to spend up to like £80 a month. Or $80 a month. To watch like free things. Which is why I pray every day that Game Pass does not become exactly like that and everyone decides, fuck it. We too want our $10 a month game streaming service. I've definitely gone about this in like the dumbest fucking fashion, and I don't know how to undo my stupidity. A smart person would try to reset their mindset at this point, but oh, does your ISP come with a incentive package? I think some over here like give Game Pass codes. I just want to learn how to reset one's mindset with great difficulty. And usually by no longer doing the thing that's causing the problem and pretending it no longer exists. Which I am failing at doing, because I really want to try and do this. The fuck is that noise I'm hearing? Better be outside. Alas. Screaming from kilometers away? Make sure you drink water. That would have been one hell of a scream. Speaking of, time for me to drink water as well. Did I click the forest next to the quarry? I did. I got the shadow lights. That's what actually led me into the quarry in the first place, 'cause I did it from that side. It's like over there or something, yeah. Let's consult the boat. But I think I have a pretty good idea of what's, like, needed now. Or what's missing. Okay, so we need the desert. We have the stupid sound puzzle. The colors that I don't understand. And then the village, I guess. Those are the beams I'm aware of. It's like almost kind of like a straight line. A wonky straight line. I don't understand what, like, the windmilly area is with, like, trees, but maybe one day I will. Those are the beams I'm, like, aware of. The village I don't think I'm getting anytime soon. I see that angle. And I'm walking further away in the hopes that maybe one day it will work. Also, this looks like something as well. The tree's next to the windmill, but not its laser. How many lasers total are there again? I'm currently at 7. Doesn't have a laser? Oh, I imagine me reading correctly the first time around. So I just opened up the windmill. That's all I really accomplished. I guess that was the movies. So yeah, I'm allegedly close, but very far away, as is the typical case of... Oh, if that was the other puzzle, this would be great. Unfortunately, it's not the other puzzle, therefore it's not. Yeah, English? I doubt I'm getting the village anytime soon. There's too many skill issues in the way. But if I can at least make a dent in it. That would be appreciated. Back with food's too hot? Fair, I'm kinda hungry as well. Alas, 50 minutes before I can eat. Which will probably just be the tried and true of the UK. A chicken and mushroom pot noodle. If only we could teleport this shape here over to the left, this would work. What's this called thingy? The game? The Witness. According to YouTube, every day I have to set up the stream because it won't remember the settings of the previous stream. There are in fact 2 Witness games. This one is The Witness 2016. Not to be confused with The Witness like 1986 or something. With the free things? That I might need a further elaborating for. If you're getting confused by like the middle dot, that's actually just my stream overlay. So when I wave my mouse about, that dot's fake news. But basically, like, I mean, like, the shape I'm making here. Oh, the black dots? Oh, the black dots are just like, you just have to have all of them. You can't do something like that. You need to actually path through every single dot. So when I have to make these shapes, I have to do it in a way that actually gets all the dots as well. And these wire things, they just go to other forms of hell. With the goal to make shiny lasers. Yeah, because this would be invalid even if I was able to do this, because I didn't get all the dots. And I'm in a position where I can, in fact, get all the dots. Makes it funnier. It's like right there. Have I accidentally brute forced? Yes. Where am I even at the map? Like somewhere in the middle. Puzzle master. We keep drawing until eventually we run out of ways to draw something. Well, that doesn't work. Yeah. I don't know. We'll consult the boat again. So, map-wise, I'm here. I guess, like, bottom middle-ish? Oh, I know how to do the puzzle. But remember, no spoilers. Otherwise, we'll never get funny things like me failing to do this puzzle for over half an hour. Live in satisfaction of knowing that you were smarter than the streamer. Which, to be fair, extremely low bar, but still. There. And what did that achieve? Nothing. Because I still can't get into here yet. Because I still don't know that part. And I'm guessing I won't be able to do this until I figure out how to do this part. Which, given I don't know how to do colors, I can't. And then there's this bit down here. Which... I mean, I could probably brute force this eventually. But I can't make out the noise for this. Like, I hear the white noise. And I hear the white noise is clearly changing in pitches, but I don't... I can't make it out properly. So it'd be quite literally me just brute forcing this until eventually this lights up. Much like the bird, where I might unironically go through what was it Magician said, all 81 permutations of that puzzle until I get it right. That's one way. It's 2. 3. I don't think there's ever a way for... Does it actually let you do this? No, you actually have to get all of them. Problem is, completing, in quotes, one puzzle uncompletes the other if it's wrong. So... it'll always be considered completed. And you won't know until you actually complete it properly. This is an optional puzzle, and I think it's nearly impossible to brute force. Now, the total amount of completions doable on this will be locked to this puzzle. The right one hamstrings the left one. Because the left one can be completed in all sorts of manners, I imagine. Yeah. But this one, you're kind of, like, limited. I think, like, go up, you can only do so much. You can't, like, skip over and do, like, this. So it does narrow the options down. So I think it is brute forceable. It'd take a while. Like, low, high, high, mid. Low, high, mid, high. Low, mid, high, high. High, mid, or low, mid, high, high. So, the first note will always be high or low. It can never be mid, so you've already rolled out this line. And I don't think the last note can ever be low. Yeah, the last note can never be low. So this and this has been rolled out. Don't think I understand what both puzzles are doing, which is why I'm saying I think it's impossible. That could very well be the case. I'm assuming it's linked. Unless I really do have to figure out what this white noise is doing. Four. right now it's I don't know the actual thing it wants from me. And I don't know how to do that. Which means I can't get further anyway. Yeah, the village appears to be like the final boss of like regular puzzles. Now this might be another MS Paint special. Masterful artwork, if I do say so myself. My memory's not gonna keep up with this shit. Okay, so up one. Cross one. Goes through there in an L shape. So it's like this. Up one. L shape. Another L shape. L shape and then up. Alright. Let's say the puzzle master do it. He did. The power of MS Paint. I'm curious, what does this do? Okay, I need to make him in the stairs. totally do that puzzle from here. The worst that could happen. Oh, hello. Oh, definitely hello. Well, I see it, but I don't know how to make it all red. I'm pretty sure I am looking into something like this. Like... Why do I have difficulties, and what should be the easiest thing in the world? How do I do this? Most of the puzzles are just connecting the lines. Why they just make it on 2D? Because it's funnier to be 3D. The fuck with your head. That too. How much did the Witness cost on release? It was like £40. I know I bought the Witness for like £8. Definitely got my value for money out of it. Like, it's something like this, but then how do I undo the other funny parts? I feel like this is a he's almost got it moment. And it's becoming more and more of a disaster the more we go. We did it. Ah, yield mirrors. At least it's letting me see the other line. Fully back from lunch? Honestly, I'm looking forward to lunch. We did it. We perfectly didn't separate anything. What do I do here? I need to separate all the whites from all the blacks. But I do it in a mirrored line, which means I can snake myself very easily. Be doing it 3 more times as well. Whether that'll be 3 more times on this stream or not, so remains to be seen. It's not particularly hard, I'm just being particularly dumb. There we go. Oh, now there's dots. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm close to finding it as well. There we go. Well, that's 2 of the doors open. So we have the radar dish, is what I'm not calling it. Or the altitude dish. One of the two. We don't know we've never seen this before, as far as I'm aware of, or I have, and it's a very complicated version of something I've already seen. That was the funny shadows. This I don't know what it was in relation to. This I don't remember seeing. And that runs that gauntlet. Something down there does something, and colors, I don't understand colors yet. There's an apple. Maybe I have seen it. Maybe it's just a very complicated version of the trees. The 3 branches are missing. Two missing close to each other, so they're that one. And that's missing a branch. So that's that one, so... In fact, that's also missing a branch. Wait. Okay, so it's not... So, what way is it rotating? So, that, I think? Question mark? It's one of these. Process of elimination. I see the multiple wires. I don't like it. This dot and this dot I'm not seeing too well. Like I see the light puzzle one. And I assume I have to complete from each of the sections. I mean, I probably will be doing it tomorrow as well, but realistically, I don't know what else to do in just 15 minutes, so fuck it, we're doing this. We've surprisingly made a decent amount of progress in the village, in spite of the fact that I'm skill issued with colors. That's impressive enough as it is. That's the shape I'm currently seeing out of this. But is there more to it? I'm making the assumption that I need to, like, complete this puzzle from all 3 starting points. This looks correct. Or at the very least, this looks correct. Except it doesn't. Now I'm confused again. So far, I see this. Potentially that. But I definitely see this shape. And what do I do with that? If I even do anything with it, that'll be the funny one. Better not be related to this shit. I feel like that's just lighting moment. Hello, sun glare. What are you doing? So that finishes in there in the bottom left. That's what that shadow is. Not gonna lie, this is very close to a streamer whose voice is very close to yours. I'm surprised there's anyone that has voices close to me. My voice is pretty monotonous when streaming, and I recognize those. With a flair for the, Northern Irish. Okay, I mostly see it. I see the vision. I don't see the vision correctly, though. But I see the vision. That'd be very funny if I'm in fact seeing two separate solutions. I was not. Alright, well, we've got sun glare. Sun glare and avoid the shadow done. Now I need to figure out what solution 3 is. Although it would make sense for it to be related to following shadow. Alright, there's one left. I mean, at least I'm confident. And it's gonna be a very overconfidence is a slow and hilarious killer. But I'm fairly confident, at least, that these next two puzzles won't be too bad. That I'll already understand how to do them. And it'll just be me skill issuing not being able to do them. But that might be future me's problem to figure out at this point. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I've not been here yet. Okay, current me can do this then. Another funny line. I still don't understand what the Doritos are for. I don't understand the rule. I guess, like, it went up into there might have counted, and up out of it counted? But then, I don't understand this bit. The Doritos make no sense to me. I think I find it. Alright, now the question is, can I mentally map this in a way that lets me do the puzzle? But I literally see the solution right here. You know what? There's a cheating method, and it's called ye ol' MS Paint print screen. The mind works in hilarious ways. Why you got 3 dots? Down, cross. Here, here, here? No? Alright, so there might be more to this. I mean, I clearly see this. I also could just have the wrong right at the end. What is that? What's this connected to then? Oh. Oh no. Oh. 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 This is... I'll have you facing that way. Alright, one more look at this. That's absolutely future me's problem. Okay. The fact that there's restarting positions, like, spooks the fuck out of me. Wait, it's not mirrored, is it? Why did that get stuck? Why does sometimes the mouse not... Wait. Why does it end there? I'm confused. What am I doing? Wait, that would be going... Oh, it is mirrored. Wait, are all three of those active at once? No. Wait. I think that's a yes. Uh-oh. Okay, absolutely, future me's problem, but I'm seeing more of the vision. So with that, thank you very much everyone for watching. Thank you to those folks that are following. I do stream same time every day, 9 AM UK time. Rewind your clock, 3 hours, 5 minutes. That's when I click the start stream button. And with that, I need to go get lunch. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll complete one more puzzle. That's the minimum goal now. We now try to beat at least one puzzle a day. But with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.